Next thing we're going to add is a tetrahedron. So let's say a tetrahedron, and we will close that off here with a tetrahedron. Okay. Um, and you want to make sure that you add in the right spelling to that. Okay. So let's add in the position first, and we'll make that 0, 0, -3. And there we go. We have a nice looking tetrahedron. Okay. Now the white actually doesn't look too bad here. Let's add in a color. And remember, the colors go from 0 to 9, and then it goes A, B, C, D, E, F. So if you type in 6 E's, it's technically a gray color. And it has to be 6 E's. So, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, of course, you have to add in the hashtag there. So that's a gray color. So, 2, 3. There we go. That's a slightly gray color, which is a little bit different from 6Fs. Okay. So it's up to you whether you want to do. Okay, so let's make it a gray color. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so now we have the color there. There's a couple things that we can do. Let's add in the rotation as well. And we'll make that equal to, let's say, -90. And that's not what we're, so let's see, 0, -90. And we don't want to rotate it. We want to rotate it up here. So maybe 45. And there we go. There we go. So now we have basically, have that here. Now let's also move it up a bit. So there we go. So we now have a nice tetrahedron there. A couple things that we can add in. We can add in a radius. And it'll maybe, in the radius, the default is 1. So if we make it 2, you can see it's twice as big, 0.5 or 4. You get the idea, etc. So as you can see, you can add in a tetrahedron there. Let's take a look at one other item like this. So let's move this off to the side. Maybe make it 3 or 2, maybe just 1. Okay, there we go. Okay, so next up, we're going to add in a, and then we're going to add in an octahedron. Octahedron. And a octahedron. All right, there we go. And let's add in a position, and we'll make that equal to, let's say, -1, 0, or 1, and then -3. Okay, there we go. So you can see you have a nice looking octahedron there. We can add in a color, and we'll make that cyan. There we go. Not looking too bad here. And then again, it's similar. We have a radius, and then we can make that equal to 0.2, and then there you go. You can see the difference in between the two. All right. Now, a lot of these primitives that you're using are mostly for debug purposes, but that's kind of what you want to start off with this. But you're getting the idea on how this all works. Let's add in a couple more primitives here. Let's add in an A icosahedron, and then if you want, you can just copy and paste that here. Let's add in a position. And we'll make that equal to, why don't we make that equal to -1, 2, and then -3. Okay? And that is supposed to, and you want to make sure it's icosahedron, just like that. And you want to make sure that you put the D in there as well. There we go. Okay, so there we go. Now we got that works. And of course, you can add in basically the radius is equal to zero point 0 or 0.4, and you can see that that's there. And of course, you can add in a color. You can make that pretty much equal whatever you want. You know, you can make it 11FF33, and of course, you need to push the number sign in front of that, and then you can give it a nice little, in this case, a green color. Okay. Next up, we're going to add in a dodecahedron. And it's going to A, dodecahedron. And basically, we'll copy and paste that here. And we'll add in a position. We'll put this up in the top right. So we'll maybe make that equal to 1, 2, and -3. Okay, so there we go. Of course, we have the radius here, and the radius is going to be equal to 0.35. Okay, so as you can see that there, and you can also make that a color. Okay, so you can experiment. You know, make it 5, 5, 0, 0, and you know, let's say EE. Right, so this gives it a nice purple color. By the way, the higher the number here, the lighter the color it will be. All right, so actually that doesn't look too bad here. And you usually don't want to use, by the way, with colors, you usually don't want to use the stock one because it doesn't look very good. So if you wanted to change this red, for instance, you know, you could make it FF and then 0000. Okay, and of course you need that number sign in there. But you can see that that is technically red. So if you made this one, you know, something like 5, 5, oh, there's one extra, you know, that's an orange here. But if you made this, you know, 1, 1, it's a technically different red. 2, 2, 3, 3, and you can see that's more of a tomato color. Let's do the same for blue, right? Let's add in our number sign. So let's make it 00, FF, 00. And of course, the last color is blue. So technically that's what it is. So if you wanted to add in, you know, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, you can see that it's getting a lighter blue. And by adding in this different color, you can see that it immediately looks a lot better, right? So so as you can see, that's kind of how you use colors here. So let's change this one to a purple here. So if you want a purple, let's add in, I don't know, 5, 5, 0, 0, and then 5, 5 here. Okay, that looks like it's a purple here. But if you change these values to, let's say, let's see, CC, right, and CC again, you know, you get a much pinker, a much brighter purple, if you will. So we can make them 9, 9, and 9, 9. That's a deeper purple. And then, you know, if you can always experiment with the middle here. All right. Good. All right. See you in the next tutorial.